Okay. Really proud of our football team. I thought we played well in all three phases. Obviously there's some things that you want to correct and things we got to get better at, but I thought overall I thought our football team played extremely hard. Was really executing at a high level throughout. Um, Defensively, I thought we did a really nice job of stopping their run game, which has been effective, and so we did well there. They got some yards there late, but overall, I thought we did a really nice job stopping the run. Knew they had a lot of explosive plays leading up to our game. Had a few more in ours, and we've got to do a good job of trying to shut those down. But overall, very proud of our football team, James, and really our offensive line. When you talk about our running backs, you got to talk about those guys, and they did a nice job of creating holes for him to take advantage of. I thought he played extremely well. Going in that game, not having D'Angelo was a concern, but had a lot of faith in James, and again, very proud of him and the success that he's having and the work that he's put in. Very deserving, in my opinion, of that award this week. So happy about that. Leading into the East Carolina game, very well coached. Coach Montgomery's done a great job there. You can't talk about them without talking about Jones and what he's done this year, and just an explosive player, a guy that they find a lot of different ways to get the football to. You got to account for him at all times, but I think really Coach Montgomery's using their weapons offensively in a lot of unique ways. When you got Summers moving him around, doing all those things, I think Nelson's playing really well at the quarterback position. So they got a lot of weapons, a lot of threats. We've got our hands full this week. I thought defensively, really have played well all year long. They're moving people around, giving you a lot of different looks from a front standpoint and a secondary standpoint. So, we'll have to get a good plan together, but it's going to be an outstanding game Saturday evening.
Okay, questions for Coach Montgomery, please star one on your telephone keypad to join the queue. The operator will introduce you.
Our first question comes from Dan Tortora with wakeupcalldt.com.
Good morning, Coach. How are you?
Good morning, Dan. How are you?
Good. Thanks for asking. The trick plays that were just addressed by Scotty Montgomery of East Carolina, he said, they take a bunch of weeks to get ready, and then he puts them out there. They still have more in the arsenal they haven't shown yet. Just what you've seen on film from them and how they can kind of institute these plays offensively that you don't see from everybody.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, and you got to prepare for them. As a defensive coach, our guys are sitting down there, and there's lots of things that are hidden back there. So you got to try to be prepared for as many things as you can. They've got a lot of unique weapons to be able to kind of install those things, and so you got to be real smart, and you got to be assignment sound, and you got to be really paying attention to the details as you get into it. So I don't really even like referring to them as trick plays. I mean, that's just a play in their arsenal. They're executing it at a high level, and we got to be prepared for them.
And then as far as 6 wins on your side, a couple seasons here in the second season for Tulsa, just what it means to you to get to that 6, to know that obviously you want to win from here on out, of course, but to have 6 wins and to know that you'll have an extra game most likely at the end of this regular season, just what it says about what you're building.
I'm really happy for our players. It took us until the very last ball game last year to get bowl eligible, which is a major goal for us around here. I mean, that's where we want to start each and every year. Glad to get it out of the way earlier. I'm happy for our seniors and really for our leadership on this football team and how they've directed our program and the work that they've put in to get us to where we are. And so to have that happen early is great. For us, we've got other goals that we're trying to accomplish. It's great to play meaningful games here late in the season. And so for us, we got to keep plugging away and keep trying to find ways to get better.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question comes from Ronnie Woodworth with the Greenville Daily Reflector.
Hey, Coach. How you doing?
I'm good, Ronnie. How are you?
Good. Any update on Brewer at all with the ankle? And are you expecting him this week, or when you'll be able to update his situation at all?
Yeah, I mean, right now he's still day to day. He was able to get out and do some things yesterday, so we'll just kind of see how it kind of takes care of itself this week. But we got faith in James and obviously got faith in D'Angelo, and we'll just see how his health holds up as we go through it.
And you talked about it and you mentioned it there, but I mean, quite a, I guess, luxury to have James as a senior, and obviously he's had, a nice little month or so here. I mean, to have two backs like that where you can plug in and use however you need it, how important has that been, the past few weeks?
Well, we around here we've always been kind of running back by committee. That's our philosophy around here. We started off the season. James has had good games in my opinion all year long. It's been a good 1-2 punch between him and D'Angelo. I thought Ray came in and played well the other night. So we're still going to be running back guy committee. It's nice to have a couple of guys back there that you got faith in, that you got trust in, but that can also handle all the aspects of playing that position. It's not just carrying the ball. It's being able to hold up in pass protection, be able to come out of the backfield and catch the football. And so we've been blessed, and those guys have worked hard to get themselves to that level and the trust that we have in all those guys as they step in and play.